now serving on the Real G. My good friend Dice in the building.
What do you do? How you doing, brother?
I'm well, man. I'm totally well.
Good, man.
We're serving whiskey today. The Sexton is in the building, and this a lot of people have been asking me about it because I shared a few pics of it. It's such a sexy bottle, and it had me thinking, who better to have a conversation with about this? How they just crept in the market, and as an Irish whiskey, it's just everywhere. The marketing is so good. I don't know what it tastes like. We're about to get in and figure it out. That's why we're here now serving.
It is.
So I'm gonna open up. Tell us, Dice. They want to know, what do you do?
Yeah, man. Hi. Welcome. Hi. That's Jones here, and a long time coming. I was supposed to be on this show a while back, though, man, and it just didn't happen. It's a Saturday today. I actually thought this was like Hendrix at some point, and I think the brothers or whoever or the crew at Sexton, they definitely let us know. They still do this from the Hendrix bottle. As a marketing guy, I can't help but not notice that it's a Hendrix. Yeah, exactly. Look, it's a Hendrix bottle.
What's Hendrix? I don't know Hendrix.
Okay, so Hendrix is the gin. It's lovely gin, and you have it neat. You can have it neat. It's great. It's really really great. I went through a gin phase, and that's how I came across Hendrix. But anyway, it's about whiskey today, and we're about to go in. I'm not too sure what it tastes like, so mind my face.
I mean, it is such a on the nose, very nice whiskey for an Irish whiskey. It's very nice. The color is great.
It actually tastes like something I've had before, a whiskey. I swear it's got this Select Reserve thing to it. Like Jameson's Reserve, yeah. It's really got that.
It is Irish. I'm not really getting Select. I get young. It's a single malt Irish whiskey, which means at least 3 years in the barrel.
I'm tasting some.
I get like a barley note, some fresh barley note. So it tells me it's very young.
What am I tasting?
It tells me it's very young, but it's very nice.
I get vanilla.
Vanilla is
yeah. I'm drinking vanilla.
Could be white American oak. Sort of
yeah.
This
is what they're saying. This is what they're saying.
Once they have that.
It says show up before dawn, and you'll catch on the cool morning breeze. Okay, cool. Oak, you said, yeah, we did say that. Spanish sherry, yeah, okay. The sweetness, the sweet tones, that's there. Rich dried fruit, definitely. Red fruit, I got some.
You're getting some peach.
Yeah, peach, nutty. It's a bit nutty. Too. Definitely, I like the bottle. So for the bottle, yeah. So the bottle, I'll give it out of 10. I'll give the bottle a good 7 out of 10. I'm giving the other 3 to Hendrix Gin, so they get a 7 out of 10. Bottle.
So you think in marketing side, you can grab people, bring them to your product. Like I always look at a Johnny Walker, for instance, and say they're very good at marketing. From a marketing standpoint, they were able to really penetrate the market, and just so at the end of the day, when you say whiskey, the first thing most people in most regular houses you go to that someone drinks whiskey, there's a Johnny Walker there, a red or a black. Most places.
Okay.
And you can always tell because there's always an empty bottle
of that. Whatever, okay. You
know? So talk to us about, in your line of work, you just had a big campaign come out now. What was the?
Well, the campaign was for a sports brand, a very big sports brand.
Yeah.
And there was like sleepless nights, obviously. That was crazy.
So something like that, like those sleepless nights, if people equally apply it to any product, whether it's whiskey, spices, wine. On the show we do whiskey, wine, and spice.
I have a different place I want to take the conversation to.
Okay, tell me.
And with regards to whiskey, yes, I know you say Johnny Walker, but again, I think in my take as a marketing guy, it's whiskey still doesn't speak to black people.
How so?
No, it doesn't. Whiskey doesn't speak to black people. Like when you see, look as marketing guy. Like if you start to look at what the comms are, what the end user does receive. It's okay, let me give you a classic example. Okay, now I'm saying whiskey, Heineken, for example.
Yes.
You know, like it's one classic example. You keep seeing all those white guys. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but we need to start telling different stories as people of color. And brands need to get that right. And the one thing that whiskey brands don't do, they are not speaking to communities. They're not speaking to us. We haven't had a campaign for the longest time, and Johnny Walker included, whiskey included, right? Everything whiskey that is alcohol, basically, where you have brands telling a different narrative. I think Viceroy, and I lied. So Viceroy did. Viceroy. Yeah. So Viceroy did. Yes, I think Viceroy had the whole, I think the ad was where there was this young king, this elderly gentleman who had two kids, and there was a male and female.
Yeah.
I think they were touching on to like the nuances, were touching on to like how you get that in certain households or in black culture, girls don't do certain things, right? Like boxing.
Yes.
So alluded to the whole boxing thing. But what it was because the old man culturally couldn't really train the girl, would bring me along these journeys where the brother was being trained. And she was like the assistant, you know, like
so
took the dad, stretch from the side. And then fast forward the end of the ad, she's the champion, the brother is actually on the side. Those are stories that connect, you know, because at the end of the day, you have to realize that stories is what connects. Because we're chatting about stories, right?
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, besides the fact that it's a whiskey, I can't even include this brand anywhere in the conversation I'm trying to have. But not it's a bad thing, but I think it's a struggle for almost every other alcohol brand. And I don't blame them in the sense that there's so much complexities and restrictions and red tape around alcohol brands anyway.
But I think I totally get your point, and it's opening my eyes, guys. We're always talking about learning on the show, and one of the key things is having this discussion on marketing in terms of because a lot of I had this conversation with someone the other day, and they were talking about how ads just show us this black guy with a curly girl, and I'm supposed to buy the product because what exactly is your story telling me? Is it saying for this product this is the ideal situation? What is it saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
and I get
that. Yeah, exactly.
I get what you're saying in terms of they must come and tell a story for that community that they're pitching to, that community that they're trying to penetrate. And now I'm literally thinking back on a lot of whiskey ads I see. None of them actually say, if I'm in the studio and I'm making music, I can still have a beautiful time with this whiskey.
Yeah, exactly that.
You know what I mean?
Like now, look at us. We're here.
Exactly, So I totally get it. Let's I'm gonna drop a drop of water in here. Let's see how it really opens it up.
I don't know. I'm a neat guy, so I'm gonna try this for the first time. Not for the first time, but but I must say just
open.
Back to Sexton. Like really, like it's really really neat. So if you are someone like I am who doesn't like, I don't dash my whiskey. I like having it neat. So like when I work, like I put in a lot of late hours. Earlier on, I was studying. Actually, I was going through some certification process, and what I had was whiskey. It's just hitting those shots, and man, this changed my life. But I'm a woody guy, and and that's why I wanted to go back to the woodiness, back to branding and everything else. So if you are a Johnny Walker double black guy, this is definitely for you. If you are going to be a select reserve person, this definitely is a must. You must definitely have it. It's got its sweet notes. If you have to dash it, ginger ale would definitely go well with that. What whiskey doesn't do, it doesn't include women in the equation. And I'm a whiskey guy, and I grew up with females. My dad is around, he's still around, love my dad. And I grew up with a lot of sisters. So I had a lot of sisters. So at any one point in my life, when I was 10 years old, for example, I had 15-year-old sisters or 20-year-old, 25-year-old. So I had so many generations of, and my dad drank whiskey.
Yeah.
So which means any alcohol we stole at the house was what? Whiskey. So everybody at the house drank what? Whiskey.
Guys and the girls.
Exactly, guys and the girls. And because there were more females at my house, and I was my sisters, and I feel like whiskey brands do not factor in the women, and the reason why I purposely went there was the sense that if I have to see the product, I'm looking at young professionals, not male, not female. But I purposely went to my sister female in the sense that whiskey is always going to be a guy's drink. I'm going to say, no, but my sister drinks whiskey.
Yes.
And I have an aunt who I lived with. No matter what you did, she was a brandy person. So no matter what you did, she put Coke in everything. So
yeah, I know a few people.
Yeah, exactly that. So which means
Coke in all their whiskey.
Yeah, but the point is I'll send it out to young professionals, and I won't make it I won't even sway the thinking to 50 female, 50 male. It must just be given 5 female, 5 male. It really has to be inclusive. I'll give it to creators. I'll give it to photographers. You have to invest in the photographers, brands. Take note. Photographers create content all the time. And the minute you include any of your product in their day-to-day, guess what happens? They will create content, right? That's what they do. So you have to really give it to the hands of people who are going to create. People want to brag. Young professionals, you've got to give it working hard. Because this is because when you get whiskey, it's really trying to say, I earned it, or champagne, or whatever it is. But the whiskey is, I've earned it.
Yes.
So you have to give it to young.
Champagne is celebrate.
Yeah,
whiskey is,
I earned it.
It's a moment.
So I'll give it. So that's my strategy.
Moment.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. That's my strategy. Yeah.
I love it, guys. We're always here talking, we're sharing. We're going to be bringing a lot of people coming through and talking about this. But right about now, let's zoom in to some sushi and wine. I hear Alvina is out there doing some sushi and wine. So we're going to dial in and say hello.
Hey, welcome to my food pairing with Leon.
Good evening, G.
Hey. So tonight we are doing a food and wine pairing, and I am putting Sauvignon Blanc up against Chardonnay, and Leon will be doing, what did you bring?
The sushi we have here today is the prawn and cream cheese.
Okay, that's all right.
And then we got the salmon and cream cheese. And then we got the crowd favorite, the spicy tikka chicken sushi with the coriander dressing.
Wait, what?
Yep, you heard me right.
Spicy what?
Spicy tikka chicken with the coriander and orange dressing.
Okay, that sounds exciting.
Finished with wasabi nuts and coriander. But there was a big request to find out what else do we do besides the previous episode. We done the ribs, the pizza box and the wings, and now we're showcasing sushi that everybody likes.
I must admit that this is going to be my first time eating chicken of the sea.
And it's cooked, don't worry, it's cooked.
Sushi. So yeah, let me get some Sauvignon Blanc because I feel like you're going to need it. So I'm quite keen to be pairing the Sauvignon Blanc, which normally goes with your white meat dishes, with the chicken and with the prawns. So what made you decide on chicken?
Okay, we take it back. We were doing an event one day with sushi, also sushi event with wine and stuff like that. And then a lady said that she wants to try it, but she can't because she's pregnant. I found myself with rice. There was still chicken from the boards we had, the snack boards. I said, okay, come and try. Let's make this lady happy. She can also try the sushi. And then that's where the chicken and coriander sushi was created.
I like it.
So
Push the boundaries. Like you don't just leave it there. I'm going to dip in, my sleeves for this.
Go for
I
it.
feel like we're going to have to go in deep. So you have to obviously join me because we are first going to do it with Sauvignon Blanc and then we are going to, these my sleeves?
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay. So I don't know the proper
So then up next to us.
etiquette. So please do not come for me in the comment section. Do not come for me on Instagram or wherever. Okay, I'm getting vibes. It's almost becoming smoke. Like, is it? Why would I taste like the smokiness from the chicken now?
I think the sushi actually brings out the wine very nicely. I think it's a citrus as well.
The wine does
and
that,
and the spiciness of the wasabi nuts and the sauce.
In fact, it almost balances the acidity of the Sauvignon Blanc because normally you would get that high acidity with the wasabi nuts and with the tikka chicken. This goes really well.
It goes well with the chicken.
But we're not going to stop there. We are going to try something Sexton because we have to try everything. And we don't have to eat up everything, so we're going to move along to Chardonnay.
Okay.
We're going to have a sip of Chardonnay. And we're going to have another piece of. Okay, so we have poured Chardonnay. So besides, obviously, food that you love, when it comes to wine, white wine in particular, are you team Sauvignon Blanc or are you team Chardonnay?
I think the Chardonnay is also nice. But both is nice. I don't got a preference, but the Chardonnay is a...
The Chardonnay drinks easier without having the food, and I think almost like the tikka chicken lingers, because you still get that spiciness of the tikka chicken, and I think it's the creaminess of the Chardonnay that actually just nicely coats your mouth. So both of it actually works.
It works very nice. So the chicken is.
Yeah, the chicken is actually a winner.
With the spiciness comes through with those wasabi nuts and the coriander feel
So
of
now
things.
that you sell the chicken
For me.
sushi, do we still call it sushi if it's chicken? Like where do
You can still call it sushi. Like I tell people got the, I consider them bad mindset. But sushi started years back with raw fish and rice, basically.
yeah,
So
like
it started like that in the days of the ships and stuff like that. But like I say, it's the sushi can be played around completely with anything and everything. I mean, I done an event. We made sushi for kids and we sweetened the rice
nice.
and then we used that, what you call that, fruit, I mean, that dried fruit rolls. We put the rice in there and we rolled it up. And sushi is fun. You can really have fun in the kitchen
I mean,
with
I
it.
saw you making the sushi and it was really fun, and every empathic was watching along.
It's a fun activity.
You do make it much easier, like you make it look easier than what it is because it's really
But it's really fun. It's like a group activity.
I'm not like clued up when it comes to eating sushi. So tell me about the ginger. Like, what's the
Okay,
purpose of ginger?
let's do
actually
this. Let's do this all together. So you
I've
take
never used
some
ginger.
wasabi,
Okay.
a little bit. It's quite spicy. Ask me because when I was in college days, one of my lecturers said, "Come try the avocado pen." I took literally a spoonful, and you just take a piece of ginger.
Oh my god.
That is
Ginger's
not
good
worth
for you.
Especially this time we're facing.
Okay, so we just. Okay.
You can go with soy sauce, but the soy sauce makes it very soggy. I try to keep the flavors.
Okay, and
So
then we just go.
You just go for it.
Oh Jesus. Mmm.
The flavors just come out.
It's another flavor. It's the wasabi. And it's the. What is burning my nose?
The wasabi. I told you don't take too much of it.
It's a top. I'm gonna go Chardonnay. Okay. It was a trick, I think you said. Yeah.
No, I didn't say. I warned you don't take a teaspoonful. I learned the hard way. But like I said, the flavors come out very nice with the chicken. It's something different,
It does come.
and I think people enjoy it more because I mean the spiciness. It's a Cape flavor that I use with a tikka.
This is
spice.
anything thicker.
It works.
goes.
So the flavors came out nicely. You don't season the rice too much.
Yeah.
We usually throw rice wine vinegar.
Okay.
I don't season it too much because the flavor inside the chicken must will come out. And then there's just the coriander and orange dressing that comes
I
on top.
must say, like, I'm a Sauvignon Blanc person, but I'm so team Chardonnay on this one
It tastes
because
very nice.
both of these pieces of sushi that we just enjoyed actually goes very well with the Chardonnay. And normally I would choose Sauvignon Blanc whenever I go and eat sushi. I mean, Chardonnay works, but in this case, I think the spiciness of the chicken tikka and even with the salmon, it just works so well. So tell me about this delicious, and it looks so pretty with purple flowers and
So we got that one now is the marinated soya and honey prawns. But you have some carrots in there, you got the cream cheese, and then you got the prawn inside. And I've got a piece of fried soya and honey
Nice.
prawns on top. And you got spring onion, sesame seed, and edible flowers.
So you pre-cook the
The prawns, yeah.
everything.
So I marinated overnight.
Hey,
when I
that's
fry
what
it.
it is. Listen, when Liam does something, let it be known it's not going to be a quick thing.
It's never
He
quick, it's
takes his time with dishes. Like Wait, it's always a 2 hour, 12 hours, like 24 hours. So
Perfection takes time. Perfection.
some of these dishes last longer than most of y'all's relationships. Some of
But
them
like I
have
say,
it's
like-
been marinated longer than
some relationships. But like I say, it's when we do food, it's not a quick thing. It's take time, the marinating, the seasoning. But I mean, I want someone to enjoy the food.
I think that's
Like
what
I would enjoy the
yeah,
food.
that's what I actually like about when I eat your food. I can really taste that you put
Thank
your
you.
everything into it. Like there's emotion into it. Your fingerprint is on every dish because it's so unique to you, and you
Thank
take
you.
your time, and it really is. It's artistry that you eat, but it's also somebody that actually enjoys what they do. You don't just do it for spec and bunches or because you can. You actually like what you do, and it really comes through in the flavors of your dishes. And I know like people hit me up in my DMs asking me what's the size of the ribs. Do not ask me what the price of these portions are and does it come in 4x4 and 6x6. Leon's Kitchen, these details will be running on the screen. You can
You guys
hit
are
him
more
up.
than welcome.
He does so much more than this. Like I would invite him on every week if I could. But my waist is already showing.
So let's go
So-
for the prawn.
Yeah, let's do that. I feel like we should go back to Sauvignon Blanc.
I think G's missing out though.
I love the herbaceousness. Like you just get that asparagus and lemon and lime.
It looks so good.
I love that. So it's cream cheese, carrots, and then the marinated prawn. Okay, guys.
Go for it. I must say myself that all of it works the best.
This actually works the
It
best
works.
because it tastes so good. And
You got a slight spice, but it's not as spicy as the chicken. You get the taste of the
also
prawns,
fun.
and it just works.
I don't even know if I could finish all of this by myself. It's so good, but it's so filling.
But like you say, if like the Cape Townians say you're a Gimba, and you can't. So you're not. But if you enjoy good food, you can still be classified as a Gimba.
I think, yeah, I'm definitely Team Gimba. Team Gimba, Team Rice, Team Potatoes.
It's winter. It's winter. Vlees, rice and aardappels. It's that.
The other thing is with winter, you can still have like a nice spicy.
You can like
sushi.
people underestimate how filling sushi is. Like this is, I mean, one plate is already enough for that 8-piece.
Oh.
You are now complaining about you can't
No,
have
it's
everything.
filling, but I mean, if we're gonna be sitting here in the lounge at the fireplace, the sushi's gonna keep on loading. So, like, I like to order sushi, and then I like to order chow mein. Or what is the other thing?
The shaman, or you can have
Fried
fried
rice.
rice.
So that's something you also do. Do you dabble in that? I mean, when you do this chicken tikka and prawn tikka, I can only imagine what it's gonna taste like when it's in a prawn chow mein or
It goes along. It goes along. So like I said, it's fun. It's like I always tell people when you do sushi, it's nice to do like a couples or group of friends playing around with the rice. It doesn't have to look like this.
down with the rice.
It doesn't have to look like this. It doesn't have to be rolled like this. I mean, you can have. It doesn't have to look perfect. And people think if you do stuff like it, it has to look
I eat
perfect.
with my eyes. I want it to look decent. I'm not gonna eat cheese broken sushi that he feels like he put all his art and craft in. This is not an art and craft project. I want my food to look presentable like it does here. So this was like really good. I think with these dishes, I must say the Chardonnay for me definitely worked perfectly. Not that the Sauvignon Blanc didn't, but the pairing was like on point
It's on
with
point.
the Nederburg Chardonnay.
It works perfectly.
And if I had to choose, you know, I'm gonna like I might be chicken tikka, like I might be chicken of the sea sushi type of person now.
But it's light and
It's
refreshing.
nice.
It's light and refreshing.
I
So
also like the fact that the flavors really linger. Like guys, I'm not lying to you. Like my mouth is still got like little spiciness on it. It's just so liquor, man. It's just liquor.
but like we said, it's all about being liquor. So
It's all about being liquor.
it's not. You have to be. But like you can say, you can enjoy this anyway.
No,
You
it
can-
really
you
is.
can enjoy
So
it.
if people are interested in this, they can hit you up, Facebook, Instagram, wherever. Obviously, the Nederburg Wines, you can visit their website. I'm sure it's available at most retail stores. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode or this
Hope you
segment.
enjoyed it.
I did. I'm
Hope
gonna really, guys, please let us know if there's any other pairings you want us to do. I'm sure you've got your own delicious pairings that you try this winter or autumn or spring. Hit us up in the comment section. Tell us what you want us to try. I'm sure Leon is open to exploring.
We can explore.
We can explore.
So you
with
that
your dishes
with your
and
dish,
with
yeah.
our dishes. And yeah, we'll see you soon for another food and wine pairing.
Ciao.
Cheers. Okay, we need to do a cheers. That's our thing.
Cheers.